Good morning everyone, I am Sandhya from class 10th of DV Public School, Pune. Today I am going to tell you a story entitled The Maestro of Forgotten Melodies. In the grimy smoke-filled alleys of a city that thrived on speed and noise lived a violinist named Kyle. His music was a relic, a tapestry of old-world melodies and intricate harmonies that spoke of forgotten forests and sun-drenched cathedrals. But in the world obsessed with fleeting digital beats, his music was lost in the cacophony. Kyle played not for the crowd, but for the shadows. His worn violin case, a symbol of his solitary existence. This was his darkness, a profound obscurity where his passion lived unheard and unappreciated. Kyle's struggles were as relentless as the rain that fell on his makeshift stage. His apartment was a single room, cold and damp, where he rehearsed until his finger bled. He lived on scraps and meager coins, occasionally tossed into his case by the pitying passerby. His early attempts at recognition had been met with polite indifference or outright rejection. The gallery owners and the concert hall managers claimed that his music was too classical, too melancholic, too slow. The turning point came not from a prestigious invitation but from a simple act of human connection. One evening, an old lady stopped to listen. She didn't toss a coin, she simply stood, her eyes closed and a faint smile gracing her lips. When Kyle finished, she approached him and said, "Your music reminds me of my homeland, it has a soul." Soon, she started visiting him nightly, not as a critic but as an appreciative audience of one. Her unwavering support was a tiny persistent ray of light in his gloom. She convinced him that his art value wasn't determined by its popularity but by its ability to touch a single soul. Encouraged by her faith, Kyle decided on one final audacious act. He won't seek out to the elite art world, he would bring his music directly to the people. He started playing not in the alley but in the city's central square, a noisy, bustling hub where streams of humanity flowed like a river. At first, he was ignored, but he persisted. His music a defiant counterpoint to the urban roar. The first crack in the indifference came from a young art student who recorded his performance and uploaded it. The video titled "The Ghost of the City Soul" went viral. People were captivated by the raw emotion. Soon, Kyle wasn't playing for himself anymore. The rest was a cascade of success. He was invited to play in the prestigious concert hall, his voice echoing through the very space that had once rejected him. The critics who had once dismissed him now praised his courageous revival of the classical tradition. Kyle now recognized virtue, so never forget the darkness he came from. His story becomes a melody of its own, the perseverance of the human ability to find light even in the deepest shadow. Thank you.